Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Horror Analysis. This is a very quick video because I forgot something in the 70s and on the 70s video, and I don't want to go back and do it all over again because it was a 50-minute video, and to add another 7 minutes to do another 50 minutes of talking is a bit much. What I forgot to do is talk about the beginnings of Stephen King. Boom. Because, of course, he began in the 70s, and we talked about all his stuff from his notes, all these notes I have with his films, his movies, and Dance Macabre, and we didn't talk about Stephen King's beginnings, literary beginnings, well, not literary beginnings, but his first novels and such. In the 70s, his novels were Carrie, first, in 1974, Salem's Lot, 75, The Shining, 77, Rage in 77 as well, but that was a Bachman book. Night Shift was a collection in 1978. A lot of good stories came out of that. The Stand was in 78 as well. The Long Walk was a Bachman book in 79, and The Dead Zone was in 79 as well. And then we jump into the 80s with Firestarter. Carrie, everybody knows, in the De Palma movie was mentioned. Salem's Lot, I think the movie was in 80, maybe it was in 70s as well. No, I think it was in 70s as well. Tobe Hooper's version. Carrie was dark sci-fi. It's a person with supernatural powers that's not really monstrous until she becomes the monster at the very end. But you're rooting for her for the most of the book and movie, whatever. The Shining, Salem's Lot was a vampire book. I didn't find it scary. I found Hubie Marston, the ghost figure, quote ghost figure in the story, scary. But for the most part, the vampires didn't frighten me all that much. The Shining was terrifying. The movie was terrifying. The Shining, the book was much better. The Stand was very good. I don't recommend the 70s version of The Stand. I recommend the unedited, the complete and uncut edition, which was released in 1990. I haven't read the regular edition. I figured if I was going to read it, I was probably only going to read it once. So I'm just going to read the super big edition so I can get it all of the way. It was very good. I'm sure I would recommend reading the uncut version. You're only really adding 200 pages. But to do double checking here. 300 pages, 350 pages. 330 pages, I guess. And it's Stephen King. So if you like Stephen King and if you watch the movie of The Stand, I watched the movie of The Stand first, the Rob Lowe and what's his name from Coach and what the other guy. Sorry, there's a lot of good actors in that movie, and I'm totally dissing them. I apologize. Oh man. Oh, and what's her name from the 80s? Yeah. Oh, so bad. I apologize. God. Watch the movie first. You'll know the plot. I recommend watching movies before books because books are better. So if you enjoy the movie, you won't hate the movie once you read the book. You'll just say, oh, the book's better. If you read the book first and then watch the movie, you're going to hate the movie. Anyway, Long Walk, I'm not familiar with. Rage, I'm not familiar with. Bachman books, I'm not. Richard Bachman, I'm not really familiar with his stuff. It's still Stephen King. I'm not familiar with Stephen King's stuff as Richard Bachman as much. The Dead Zone, I really like The Dead Zone. Really much. That was one that I read the book first. Did I? Yeah, I did. And then watched the movie and hated the movie. I don't know. The movie wasn't bad. The movie it wasn't as good as the book. So I recommend. That's why another reason why I recommend watching the movies first and then reading the books. So what I say is watch the movie The Stand. If you like the plot, read the unabridged version. If you don't like the plot, you're probably not going to read any of the versions, so I never start with the book version. I think there was 2 movie versions, but I'm not positive. I think there was a made-for-TV. Oh no, that was the Salem Slot was made for TV, and the old version. Not sure. Anyway, we'll skip that. That's the end of the mini video. 5 minutes. I didn't want to add redo the whole video. So now I'm going to do the video on the 60s, because I'm going backwards in time. History of horror coming up in, I don't know, whenever I get ready for this one. Drew, Horror Analysis. See you next time, or in a minute and a half.